Right now is New York Congressman Nick Langworthy. He's a member of the House Oversight, Agriculture and Rules Committee. Congressman, good to see you this morning. What can you tell us about what you've learned in the Oversight Committee about these Biden scandals?
Well, you see what is brewing is one of the biggest political scandals in the history of the country. And we're going to be releasing, later this morning, even more banking information, which will take the Biden family take from foreign entities over $20 million. This is what we've seen is disgusting. I mean, as we've poured through the suspicious activities reports, as we've gone through and detailed the foreign countries that have wired money into the Bidens, we've seen firsthand there's influence peddling. And then Devin Archer's testimony last week saying that Joe Biden was conferenced into 20 different meetings. Now, this all while Joe Biden on the debate stage against Donald Trump, 3 years ago, said that he's never had anything to do with the son's business, and his son never made a dime from China. He lied to the American people. And we are bringing the receipts, we're bringing the facts, and the media blackout here is what is just absolutely disgusting.
It's extraordinary. But, Congressman, let me ask you, if this is all true, why don't you have more members asking for an inquiry of impeachment?
Well, I think we are taking the factual route. We are putting the pieces together, and I think the speaker has been very methodical here. We don't want to be seen like Nancy Pelosi, frankly. I mean, I take the word impeachment very seriously. We should reserve this for truly high crimes and misdemeanors. What they did in the last administration with these slipshod impeachments just for the sake of it, because they knew they would impeach Trump the minute he stepped onto the inaugural parade, that we are building the case. We are building the facts. They will be irrefutable. An impeachment inquiry may be the next step necessary to get the cooperation and the next set of documents necessary to build that case. Well, so I think this is more about the seriousness. Now, other politicians out there trying to warn the House, I mean, I think that's asinine, and they should stay in their own lane, frankly, because we're conducting a very serious investigation in the House Oversight Committee. We've brought serious facts to the American people, and the mainstream legacy media needs to get with the program, because they are doing a disservice in showing their allegiance to the president rather than their allegiance to truth and facts.
Are you talking about Mitch McConnell? Because Mitch McConnell said that it's bad for the country to even go down that road of impeachment.
Yeah, I'm done taking political advice from Mitch McConnell. This is about honesty and justice. And if the American people deserve to know if their president is compromised by foreign entities, if his son has acted as an illegal foreign agent with his full cooperation. These are facts that the American people deserve. That's what the House Oversight Committee is here for, and Mitch McConnell ought to work on passing some bills over there in the Senate.
Yeah, Jonathan Madison is here. Go ahead, Jonathan, jump in.
Well, I, for one, Congressman, do appreciate you holding yourselves to a higher standard than the left in the previous administration. With that being said, have there been talks and discussions about saving the impeachment inquiry for later in the fall or early next year? And to what extent has that occurred? What do you think the likelihood is that we'll see an impeachment inquiry when Congress returns?
I can't really speculate as to timing or if it definitely will happen. We are taking every step of the way in this investigation. And this morning, there'll be some more information released, some more banking information will be coming out of the Oversight Committee, as well as some additional countries that the Biden family crime syndicate has participated in and taken funds from. Devin Archer's testimony, I think last week, was damning. For the Bidens, because the president is caught in this huge lie with a lot of video receipts. And we are taking a methodical approach, a linear approach to this investigation, and going to make sure that the facts are available, and we can take it to the next step and take it to our colleagues in the entire Congress when the time comes.
Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene said that House Republicans have bank records showing that Bidens were paid at least $20 million from foreign countries, though others in Congress are saying that the number could be higher. Congressman, we had Nancy Mace on this program, who said the number is actually north of $50 million. Congressman, so we're waiting for more information. You say you've got more bank records that you'll be releasing this morning, indicating other countries on top of China, Ukraine, and the others that we've spoken about, Russia. Congressman, what exactly were they selling? I mean, what is the service that the Bidens gave to these countries to justify millions of dollars in payouts?
Well, isn't it amazing that you have no real saleable skill? You have no expertise. The only thing you have is a last name. And the fact that you're bringing the then Vice President of the United States into conference calls with foreign leaders, foreign companies, in manipulating foreign aid, perhaps, that is all they had to sell. And that's the fact that the entire family seems to be lumped into this business shows what it is. It's just good old-fashioned grift and influence peddling.
Wow.
Using the power that the American people entrusted Joe Biden in and selling it to the highest bidder overseas.
I mean, this is what I don't understand. Wouldn't this be something that everybody agrees on? I mean, it's like the Russia collusion story. You know, once we figured out that it was a lie, wouldn't that be something that we all want to get behind to say, listen, this has gone viral across the world, but it was just one political campaign trying to take down another political campaign. And yet your colleagues on the left are not acknowledging any of this.
Well, have you noticed that none of them, especially when we had the IRS whistleblowers came in, it became crystal clear. None of them are defending Biden. None of them are defending Hunter Biden. They're all just trying to talk about Trump. It's all a great distraction.
Well, actually, no. Dan Goldman from New York, your colleague Dan Goldman from New York, the other day actually got into a little group with reporters and said that Joe Biden calling into his son's business meetings 20 times was just casual conversation. They talked about the weather. He said that with a straight face.
Yeah, he had a lot of sweat on his forehead while he said it too. So let's face facts. He was carrying water for the president there. In his background as a litigator is I think the reason he was in that room. But no one on God's green earth believes that's the fact.
Okay, but Congressman, there's also an issue about policy here. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey is declaring a state of emergency in Massachusetts over the 20,000 migrants in her state. She says social services are overwhelmed, wants help from the federal government. 5 more buses of migrants are expected to arrive in New York City today. We've got a live camera there waiting. Mayor Eric Adams is warning that the illegal migrant crisis has brought the city, quote, to the eve of a fiscal cliff, and is begging New Yorkers to do more, Congressman. I don't know if he's suggesting New Yorkers should put migrants in their house, but New York is overrun right now, according to the mayor.
Well, he said there's no more room at the inn, and he's trying to send the migrants upstate. Now, New York City decided it was a sanctuary city long ago. The state decided it was a sanctuary state. Most of the counties in my congressional district, rural Western New York, in the southern tier, they have decided to declare a state of emergency. One county that hasn't is Erie County, where Buffalo is. And the county executive in Erie County, wants to declare himself Emma Lazarus, and that we're all repugnant, that we don't want migrants in upstate New York. Yet yesterday, there was an announcement of one of the migrants has raped a young woman in one of the hotels that our tax dollars are paying for, in front of a 3-year-old child. This happened in Buffalo, New York yesterday. This announcement was made. And people are up in arms because this is a decision by the Biden administration to create this environment. It's a decision by leftist politicians in New York State to create these policies where we become a destination for these migrants. And our tax dollars are being depleted to fund this crisis. In our community is less safe because of it.
That is incredible about the rape that you just said. I had not heard of that. Congressman, that's just really stunning. Thank you so much. We will keep following that and do more work on that one story you referred to. Congressman Nick Langworthy in New York. Thank you, sir.